saving the planet from plastic, one carton at a time, Boxed Water is a small team taking on a big plastic industry. More than 10 years ago, in 2009, they were the first to offer a sustainable alternative to plastic water bottles. Obsessed with providing the purest water in the most sustainable way, Boxed Water is led by CEO Daryn Kuipers, who joins us to share the brilliance behind the box.
Recyclable, refillable, and BPA-free. Boxed water. Such a smart, simple solution to this plastic pandemic we find ourselves in. So my question for you, Daryn, where did the concept for the carton come from first? And let's just start there. Tell us where this boxed water began.
Mind-blowing, right?
Yes.
You know, I like to say back in 6th grade, we had an awesome teacher who told us that we had to take the 6-pack plastic rings around all of your cans and make sure you cut them all before you throw it out. Because when you throw it out, it's going to end up in the ocean. The duck's head's going to get stuck in it. And I was like, why in the world do you have to take something and do something to it to fix the problem? Why don't you fix the problem instead of like thinking about the long term? So jump forward a few years, a handful of friends, we used to spitball brain buster ideas about what we want to do in life. How are we going to start a new company? What should we do? And one of my friends had the harebrained idea of not using plastic water bottles, and instead shipping things flat from one place to another to fill it close to you. And why don't we use cartons? Why can't we ship things flat and put them in a paper-based carton instead of plastic? So thus the brainchild of Boxed Water began around a table, and he took the idea forward and actually spearheaded finding someone that would actually ship us flat water containers, and then someone that would fill them for us. And 10 years later, here we are, 4 facilities, ton of employees, 5 machines. It's been a roller coaster, but so from an idea of changing the planet slowly, one box at a time, to now it's been a fun journey.
Wow, that's amazing. With all things, Daryn, it's, it's what's on the inside that counts. No doubt your package is what I would say perfect. Now let's talk about your water. Inside your carton is water that's not from Fiji? What? But isn't that where the best water comes from? Of course it's not. Of course it's not. So my question for you, there are many sources for pure, perfect water. What's your source, and how is it reducing your carbon footprint?
That's a great question. And we do believe that the best water is not sourced from all around the world, shipped all around the world. We do think as close to you as possible is the best water. So our water comes from municipalities that we operate our filling facilities in. Our goal is to be as close to you as possible to reduce our carbon footprint. Obviously, we're not a massive company that has been fortunate to have a facility in every city yet. But as we grow, our process is to make sure we purify the water as pure as possible, which means removing all of the particulates that come in water, whether it be from a well or from a municipality, coming from a facility. There are things they have to put in water to make it safe to transfer through pipes, be it chlorine or others. So we strip it of everything. We get down to our goals to be less, you can never say zero, but we less than 1 part per million of what it is. So we have no added back. You will see no nutritional panel on here. I always warn people, if you see a nutritional panel on water, ask why. It means they added something to your water. So we believe that everyone does have different taste buds, clearly. We all come from different regions. And if you grew up in well water, you probably like well water. If you grew up in Northeast, you probably like higher iron content. If you grew up in the Southwest, you probably like a different mineral. It's all of what we grow up with and get used to. So our thing is, we're not trying to find what is perfect for you. We're trying to find the perfect water and make sure we get it to you in the most sustainable way possible.
That is beautiful. So this methodology of boxed water, it's basic, more or less. Use less plastic, plant more trees. So in addition to your sustainable product, you are implementing sustainable practices to refill forests. To date, Boxed Water has planted over 1 million trees in our national forests. Yeah, you've invited the public, which I love, invited the public to be part of your work. For every social media post with hashtag Better Planet, you plant 2 trees, but that's just the beginning. I want you to tell us, what are your partnerships with 1% for the planet, and then also with the National Forest Foundation? What's that all about?
You said fill the forest. I've never used that, Allie. I love that. Fill the forest. So we started out finding out how can we do better, right? Box water is not best. We are better. And so in everything we look at, how do we become better? A little bit at a time is what I aim for. And one of the things was to get our name out there instead of using a large celebrity and having a one-hit wonder, be it a big check you write to get a big splash. We said our celebrity is our followers. We have a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. How do we give back and make sure their voice is heard? And so one of the marketing team came up with, well, what if they post a picture of them enjoying a water or just a simple picture of our brand and we plant 2 trees? And we're all like, well, how do we do it? Well, go forward. How do you find out a way to plant trees? You can start to Google, how do you plant trees? And there's an awesome organization called the National Forest Foundation that in partnership with our national parks and the government plant trees. So we are one of their largest partners. Encourage you to go visit nationalforestfoundation.org. A great partnership out of Missoula. And they go around finding what forests need to be reforested. And they go out, actually send teams out to harvest seeds. So they go back, germinate them. So they have native species from the forest that was either a forest fire or erosion, whatever it may be. We don't pick where they go or what trees. And we're not just dropping seeds outside. We are having a professional go do it for you. So we have a contract with them. And our goal was $1 million. And now we're pushing a bigger goal. It's been amazing to see how people react to it. But further than that, we use a partnership with 1% for the planet, which you'll see the logo on a lot of packages now, which shows that we are audited and show that we give 1% of all of our sales to environmental causes. So that could be trees. We also do a lot with ocean cleanup. We know that some of our customers care about beaches more than trees. And listen, I've had the fortune in college, I took a trip to Galapagos Islands with some friends. I'll never forget scuba diving and seeing trash at the bottom of the ocean. We see pictures of like the big trash plumes in the middle of the Pacific or on the beach, but there's also trash that sinks. We've got to do better. So how do we clean up those beaches and be a part of it, be a part of that conversation to be better? And so those are our 3 main partners, 1%, National Forest, and the Ocean Blue Project.
Awesome. Well, and so perfect segue, because that is my next thing I'd like to discuss. And when you say, yeah, it's a problem, 8.8 million metric tons of plastic, wind up in our oceans and beaches every year. So here enters boxed water with a goal to clean up. I believe on your site, I saw 3,000 miles of beaches across the country. So tell us more about Ocean Blue Project and how you're supporting that work.
So Ocean Blue Project, and there's a handful of other ones. We've really, we are not the experts. I love to send our team out and do a cleanup. So it's one thing we try to do along the shores of Michigan here. But we're just a small little bit. So who is that partner like our forest partner? And we've kind of looked around and we found the Ocean Blue Project, really, that's their mission. And they work with brands to kind of say, hey, we'll set it up for you. So we partner with them and have a commitment to them to help them clean beaches every year. And we allow our customers, be it a hotel or a fashion brand, we help coordinate. So you want to go do some fun event with your team, well, go make a real impact and they'll help coordinate it and or raise money to help coordinate it. So Ocean Blue has done a lot of just the manual picking, but they also, one of our funnest, most recent fun environmental pickups with them is they have a microplastic machine that they're working on beach cleanups. So not just picking up a bottle on the top, but we all hear about microplastics and how they are in everything now. If there's a couple of things out there now on gut health and what your gut actually has in it, how important your gut is to your body. We have plastic in our body. We have ingested plastic because we've consumed things that have microplastics. So when it gets into the ocean, it breaks down, it shows up on the beach. It might be so fine and small that you can't pick it up. So these machines are going out and actually cultivating through the sand to try to collect some of that. It's a dent. It's not, we got to get to the source problem. The source problem is that what numbers you just say, we use 70 billion plastic bottles produced a year. That's the problem. Recycling it is a nice thing. That's not that, we got to get back to the root cause, and that is the production and the usage. So that's the small thing we can do. You know, we continue to be a small brand, but we believe we are punching out of our weight class. And I remind our team that every small thing you do makes a big impact. And so every time we use one of these, it's a reminder that, hey, think twice before you buy that quick plastic. Think twice. Bring a reusable.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing to work ourselves out of a job, but we are not just a water brand. We're a sustainable premium lifestyle brand. We are bringing the ideas of being better about everything you do to the forefront, not just, hey, drink our water. Think about everything you do in life.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And so very important. And so I will, though, agree that the statement on your carton, boxed water is indeed better. Speaking of better, what's better than water in a box? Well, I think what's really cool is fruit flavored boxed water is even better. And so is boxed matcha, which I've gotten into lately, boxed matcha. So please share details on the evolution of your product line and what the latest and greatest is and what's next.
What's next? Wow, you want all the juicy details.
All of it.
Wait, we do have flavors. We've been busy the last little bit. We've been expanding, and we are doing a great relaunch of some flavors. They should be online in all of our flavor assortments very soon. Some are already, but it came from a lot of our higher end partners that want to offer their guests that premium sustainable experience, and sometimes just want a little extra something. So think cucumber. Love checking into a hotel and they got the big vat of water with some fresh cucumbers on top. How do we recreate that? That's where it started. And then kind of came into, well, asking staff what they like, asking all our customers what they want, doing some audits of, so jump forward. We now have lemon, cucumber, grapefruit, and blackberry, and coming to a store near you real soon. They're available online, which is the store you need. And it's been great. Our customer reaction has been through the roof. We do have a partnership with a couple other brands. So like the matcha is a partnership with Art of Tea. So you can, in partnership with them, you can purchase the bundle pack from us, which is another wonderful side, I guess, an extension to what we're doing, because they work with a lot of the similar hotels that we do. And they love the idea of having a very, very stable, similar product. Because when you think about everything else you do, when you have coffee or tea, these things are made with 99% water and then a little bit of flavoring. If you start with a different source of water every time, it will change the way the tea tastes. So working with these hotels, they're like, hey, it tastes a little different. Well, yeah, if you use your tap water from LA, it will taste different than tap water in Miami. That's just a fact of the matter. So partnerships like that have been amazing because it kind of helps both of us tell our stories. And we are not the expert in matcha, they are. So we've leveraged them for some of those. So you'll see some of those bundle packs on our website as well.
Awesome. So until boxed water, this sustainable solution that you offer had never been done by anyone. So for those who want to do something that's never been done to make this world better, what advice do you have, Daryn? What would you say?
One of my favorite things is talking to young entrepreneurs, or going back to talk to some college courses on this. And I always say, just do it. If you think it, do it. If you wait too long, you're going to look back and say, I wish I did, or what if I did, or I had that idea. And everyone's like, I wish I had thought of that. That's so simple. And everything in life is so simple. We just have to be willing to try, right? You started what you're doing here, and you and I have had the abilities to work before on a handful of things. Sometimes you don't always know what you're going to get into. And the best thing is just press forward, ask questions, find a partner that maybe knows a bit more than you, and ask them questions on how to do it together. So the advice is, if you think of a way to do something better, raise your hand and ask for help and do it.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And I love that you took the time to share this amazing story of your amazing brand. Just excited to share this with the world, and want to just thank you for helping all of us become a bit more aware now. Thank you so much, Daryn.
Thank you.
Thank you.